Hello, this is Bwana from Bwana.tv, and today I'm going to answer another Q&A video. This one comes from Corey Charette on Twitter. He's using the Twitter Bwana.tv or Bwana.tv QA hashtag. Again, you can go over to Twitter, sign up, and you don't even have to follow me to do this. All you got to do is post a message, and at the end of the message or beginning, just put a pound Bwana.tv QA, all one word, and it'll show up in my queue. So now over to Mr. Corey's question. He says, do you have any tips on how to edit Skype audio for a podcast? What settings, tweaking, anything else done to make it podcast ready? Now this is a great question, because Skype audio, if you're not familiar with what he's talking about creating a podcast. And sometimes you'll have guest hosts who talk over Skype. The issue is that the audio quality that comes over Skype is not always the best. Sometimes it's grainy, sometimes it's louder than what it needs to be, and you know, you could really find yourself in a situation where every time the person on Skype talks, it's like your users are covering their ears, or they're going, you know, that kind of thing. So this is a very hard question to answer briefly, because there's so many ways of massaging audio. But in my experience, the two main issues that plague Skype calls are noise, meaning that hissing noise or whatever you may have, and volume levels. Sometimes your volume level may be one thing and the Skype level may be way too hard. What I recommend to really alleviate, and I know Corey uses a PC, he asked this before, the solution I recommend for a PC is to use a program called the Levelator. Levelator. So go to Google and type in Levelator, and I'm going to do that right now, so you don't have to. Let me get you the URL. Levelator. And it's at conversationsnetwork.org/Levelator. What this will do, Levelator will normalize your audio. That means that it will look through your entire audio file, perform some computations, and spit it out in a format to where the volume levels are consistent. That's the easiest way I can define normalization. It does a bunch of other stuff, I bet, but it does run on Windows OS 10 and Linux. The Levelator is your friend when it comes to podcast audio. So this will help you to manage those volumes. Now, in terms of noise, there's so many ways to manage it. I'm just gonna recommend a free solution, because I know everybody out there doesn't have Adobe Audition and these Ubercasts like I have. Do a noise filter, and Audacity has this. You perform a noise filter on the track. So that means you would take your Skype audio file, open it in Audacity, do a noise filter to reduce the noise as much as possible on that track or that section of audio in order to kind of clean it up. So those are the two things I think will help you in the short term, is to get the volume levels consistent with Levelator, and also to utilize noise filters to get rid of some of that unwanted noise from the track. I hope I answered your question, Corey. That's the best way I know to edit Skype audio to get ready for a podcast, and you can check that out. Alright, this is Bwana from Bwana.tv. Thank you for the question.